Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing that challenge where you basically only use products that are in the brand that starts with the letter of your first name. So any brand that starts with C would be what is for me. So I didn't make this up. I saw Nikkie Tutorials do it and I thought it would be fun to do it as well. So I have shade you know, brands like ColourPop. I didn't go like super extreme and only use like ColourPop and then only shades in here that started with a C, because literally one shade does, and that's a shiny shade. So that's a bit too much, but we just did brands in general. So I have ColourPop, I have Collab, Cit, everything like that. And if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. I'm gonna be honest, this was actually really hard to do. I don't have a bronzer or a blush, so we're gonna have to try to do that with basically the shades that I have in all my eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I do have everything else-ish, I do think, so we are just going to try to do as best as we can today. Alright, so I don't have a primer because literally no primer started in a C that I had. And a lot of this honestly is Cit London. I have Collab Beauty, I have ColourPop, and I have Cover FX. That is the only things I found in my collection that started with the C. So we are going to start off actually with concealer on the eyes. I have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Luckily I do still have a little bit of this left. It is on my project pan, so there's not too much of it left because I've been using it a lot. And I did film something else before this, so that's why my skin isn't the cleanest looking basically, but we're gonna try. And we're just gonna blend that out on the lids, since which I'm glad that I have at least a concealer to help be my primer for my eyes. And I'm not going to even try to do brushes because honestly I don't think any of my brushes start with a C, so honestly it would be completely useless to even be doing it in the first place since none of my brushes start with C. Maybe like one, if I could even find one that would. But we're going to go in with a Farrah brush. This is very fluffy, and let's actually set the lid. We're going to go in with the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight palette in Matter of Fact, and I'm just going to set the entire lid with this color just so I can kind of figure out what I'm doing for now. I do have 3 ColourPop palettes with me. So I have the Dream Street palette, I have the Give It To Me Straight palette, and then I actually bought like a bundle quite a while ago, and it comes with all these like greens and kind of browns. So I'm going to do a mixture honestly between all these palettes. I'm not going to just pick one. I'm going to have a little bit of a mix, so we are going to try these out. Okay, so I kind of want to go in with a more like neutrally eye today, weirdly enough, but with like a pop of color. So we're going to go in with that yellow in the palette that I had made and blend this all over the crease and the upper lid and just kind of blend it everywhere. And this shade, when using like a fluffy brush like this, is not very pigmented, but if you get more of a kind of more condensed fluffy brush, it will come off more pigmented. It's just not looking like that right now. I'm just using it kind of as a warm transition shade basically. And then we're going to go in with the color Truth Hurts from the Give It To Me Straight palette and put that all over kind of the same area. So we're going to go back in more with that yellow and just warm this up. I really want kind of that warm orange today. And now that that is all on the lids, looking nice, we are going to go in with another just fluffy brush, but more precise. And we're going to go in with the shade BS from the Give It To Me Straight palette and really just blend that more on the crease, kind of on the lid area. I really do just kind of want that nice, warm, neutral look for now today. I haven't done one in quite a while. I haven't used neutrals, so I thought that'd be fun. And we'll add like a pop of green just because that also seems fun. So let's just take this kind of orangey color from the Dream Street palette and put that right on the outer corner to brighten it up a little. I'm going to put on like the outer third of my eye with the fluffy brush and just pack it on. Because now that that color's on there, I actually want to go in with the green from this palette, the matte green. Let me see if it says a shade name. Oh, it says it's the shade Team Captain from ColourPop. So I guess that yellow shade was the shade Paper Tiger. And on the fluffy brush, I'm not going to clean it off or anything. I just put a little bit of green on there, and I'm just going to put that on the outer corner and stamp it just to kind of give this a different kind of vibe and thing that we're going for. Okay, and I just kind of put that green on the outer corner just to kind of deepen it up and give it this more of a kind of brown, green, kind of foresty look, and just kind of make it a little bit more interesting. And now we're just going to go in with a flat brush. Let's just do the color in the Dream Street palette, which I think is called Sweet Dreams, which is this neutrally just shiny shade. We're just going to go with that golden color and see how it looks packed on. Nope, nope, don't do that. It's going to fall out everywhere. So just try to use your finger, I guess, and pack it in. Yep, that looks awful too. Alright, we're going to need to get the brush wet. So I don't have technically a brand, that setting spray that starts with a C, but this starts with coconut, so I'm going to say that's okay. Now we'll try to go in with that shiny shade and pack it on, and yeah, that looks a lot better, and it's staying on better, and it doesn't look awful like it was trying to do. Okay, and then in between kind of the matte and the shimmer that I just put down, I'm actually going to go in with just with a darker kind of neutrally shimmer. Let's just go in with this shade over here. I think it's called Stardust, and it's this brownish shimmer shade from the Dream Street palette, and just kind of blend those two in together. That does look a lot better. So there's a little bit of fallout. It's fine. That's why I do eyeshadow first. And then we are going to go in with, let's go in with eyeliner, and then we can move on from there. So I have the Cit London, I think this is the Stamp and Drag eyeliner. So it has a little stamper on one end, which I will do for my wing, and then I will line the rest with the liner. And it's really easy. It's a really tiny wing, obviously, but if you're just kind of in a rush, it does stamp pretty nice. And I do actually like the formula of this. It glides on really nice. It's very pigmented. It's matte, not shiny, and it's honestly lasted me quite a long time. I've had this, I don't know what Ipsy box I got it in, but I will let you guys know I've had this for a couple months, honestly, and I use it almost every day. And like I said, since I don't have a primer, we're just gonna go in right with the foundation, and a lot of people do that. We don't need primer, it's fine. So I'm gonna go in with my Tati Beauty sponge. I don't really have a sponge that starts with the C, so I don't know. I also don't really have a brush, but I am gonna go in with my Collab Beauty foundation, and that is the main part. Let me see if maybe I have like a brush that starts with the C. Alright, weirdly enough, I do have a foundation brush that starts with the C. It is from Coastal Scents. This is one of the first sets I ever got. So I am going to just dot the foundation on my face and then blend it out. And hopefully this works okay. I have not used a brush for foundation in years. I mean, it blended out okay. I don't think I like honestly blending out with a brush like I used to. I don't know. I think it eats up a lot of the foundation into the brush when the brush is dry, obviously. So, I mean, it blends alright, but it's not the amount of coverage that I would want. But for today, I guess this will work. I did try. It's honestly not bad. I forgot how like well this brush blends out stuff. But it's just you have to use a little bit more foundation to get it to the coverage that you want. But I do think this looks nice. And now we're gonna go back in with that ColourPop concealer and just put a little bit under my eye. And we can take that brush again and just kind of blend it out. It'll be fine. And even though I'm holding this Milani palette, I'm literally only using it so it has a mirror in it, which I need, so technically I'm using it, but as a mirror, not actually using the product. Alright, that is all blended out. I do have a little bit, honestly, left of my Cit London powder. There's literally like barely any left in here. So we are just going to try our best to get this all over the face. But first, I almost forgot. I do have some liquid highlighter I gotta put on, which is from Cover FX, and we are going to mix both shade Sunlight and Moonlight, because one is too dark and one is too light. So I just put like a little bit from the like pointer. I don't even like squeeze any out. I literally just kind of dab whatever was left on the end when I pulled it out. And it's going to take forever to go through those, but at least, you know, they'll last a while. And we are going to put this highlighter on my face with my fingers. Since I don't have any blush or highlight currently, at least I will have this pretty highlight to use. Now we're going to go in with powder, and I'm just going to take the same brush after kind of blending out the concealer a little, and let's just go in with it and kind of tap it all over the face to try to set as much as we can with it. And I don't think I have one of these as a fluffy brush. If I do, I have no idea where it went. So that's why I'm just using this foundation brush. It has barely any foundation on it anyway. And we can just set the powder and it works fine. Honestly, that's looking pretty good. I'm surprised. Okay, and let's see. We do need blush and highlight. Okay, I do have a Coastal Scents brush for the bronzer, so I am getting there. And let's use the color from the Give It To Me Straight palette for bronzer. We're gonna try the shade in the Dream Street palette, which is, I think it's Shooting Star, which is this matte brown. We are going to try to blend out a bronzer with that. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it doesn't look too bad. Huh. I mean, it kind of looks like a blush, but I think if I added a little bit more orangey in there, it would look okay. So, Yeah, let's try this. I'll try to make it work. Let's see if we added a little bit of Truth Hurts in there, just to kind of warm it up and give it less of a blush kind of shade and more of a bronzy, maybe. Honestly, that looks pretty good for a bronzer, so we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna go in the shade with Downright, and that is more of a pinky shadow, and we are going to blend that out as a blush. And you just want the slightest amount because these are all eyeshadows, so they're gonna have a lot more pigment than actual like blushes and bronzers and stuff. So I'm just like barely tapping it in and then putting it on, which that shade is a very nice blush color. So far so good, which I'm surprised. Blush, bronzer, I'll use an eyeshadow. Never done that before, but it seems fine. And we're actually gonna go in with, I found this kind of like highlighter. It's also from Cit London. It's called Moon Dust. And we are going just to barely put a little bit of this on top of my current highlighter, just to kind of give it a little shine. Now we have a nice highlight. We are also going to go in with the Cit London Eyeliner and put this on the inner waterline. And then let's actually do, sorry, I talk all day at work and then I get home and my voice hurts. So it'll probably crack out in and out a lot. But let's just go in with these two shades from the Dream Street palette and blend those out under my eye, just kind of lightly. Pretty much done, easy, it's fine. And then let's put on some mascara. So I have the Collab Beauty, and I did do a Mascara Monday on this, so if you want to see that, I'll link it up below. It is the Love Your Curls Extreme Curl and Sculpt Mascara. This is in the shade Extreme Black. And we're just going to put some of this on. And like I said in that review, this isn't one of my favorite mascaras that I've ever tried, but it's in like the top 10, I think I said. It's alright. If I was on a pinch, I would buy it. Like if I was out somewhere and this was the only one they had kind of thing. Like, it's not bad. I know it would work. But overall, I do like other mascaras better just because this doesn't give me as much volume as I want. It does give me really good separation and pretty good curl, but the volume is just not there for what I want. And then finally we are going to go in with lips, and that's why I kind of did a more neutrally orange color today, because we are going in with the Cit London Glitter Flip lipstick in Infamous. So this is kind of a pinky red color, and once it like dries down, it gives like it basically becomes like shiny and glittery on your lips when you like smack your lips together kind of thing. There we go. So it kind of looks like this nice kind of, I mean, it does have some glimmer in it, but it's that nice red, and then you kind of like smack your lips together and it gives a glitter effect kind of all day. It'll wear off, then you can do that again and it'll kind of show more glitter. But yeah, I didn't have anything for eyebrows. I guess I could just kind of comb them because there is nothing that I can do to help them today. But it's fine, that's why I have eyebrows. But I guess one last thing we could do is actually just go in on the inner corner and outer corner, inner and outer, on the inner corner of the eye as well as the upper brow bone, and give it some like highlight just to kind of top everything off. we go. So yeah, and I just used the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight palette in the shade Up Front. So I think I did pretty well for that kind of only use basically the brand that starts with your letter of your first name kind of challenge. Like I said, obviously I didn't make this up. I saw Nikkie Tutorials do it and I thought it would be fun to do it here, so. But yeah guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you kind of enjoyed that. If you guys do anything like that too, let me know and I will watch, because I think it's pretty interesting to see what kind of brands start with different letters that you, I guess, never would have thought about before. So yeah, and like if you don't have a bronzer or blush that starts with the same letter, like you could do like me and just use eyeshadow. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.